Merhaba, ben Yulia, an English teacher, and today I will teach you how to use much, many, a few, and a little in English. Let's start with basics. All the nouns in English can be countable, for example, apples, and uncountable, for example, sugar. Countable nouns are those that we can count and add s at the end of the word. For example, book, books, student, students, car, cars. We can say one book and we can say 10 books. The same logic for uncountable nouns. If we can count a noun, it's uncountable. For example, information. We can say one information. It's better to use one piece of information, so use a countable word. But that's another topic. Let's look at the examples. Money, we say the sum of money. For example, 10 Turkish liras. But in general, money is uncountable. Water, we say one boil, right? One boil of water. Time, again, if we're talking about hours, minutes, we will count it with the specific words, not using just time. So, technically and simply, we can't add as to these words. The first word for today, many. Many we use with countable nouns, those that can be with s. For example, many students, many cars, many examples. Önemli note. Don't forget that many, by the way, as well as much, we use only for questions and negative sentences, especially in günlük konuşmada, especially in our daily speaking practice. We use alternatives to say that something is many. And for example, we say a lot of, lots of, plenty of. For example, as we have here, I have a lot of friends. We don't say I have many friends. Only many is only for questions and negative sentence. How many friends do you have? I don't have many friends, just a few. Many has a sibling, the word much. Much is used for uncountable nouns, those that can't have plural form with s. For example, information. We say much information. And mainly, much in the same way as many, used in questions and negative sentence, as we have here in our examples. How much money do you need? I don't have much time, negative sentence. There isn't much water left, again, negative sentence. Let's repeat. Many and much we use only for questions and negative sentence. Many for countable as many students and much for uncountable as much information. In positive sentences, we use alternatives such as a lot of and lots of. By the way, they have no difference. You can use it both for countable and uncountable nouns. For example, we have here, I have a lot of coffee. She drinks a lot of coffee. So both of these sentences are positive. That's why it's better to use a lot of or lots of instead of much. Now let's learn how to say biraz in English. We will have a few words, and the first one is a few. It means not a lot, but still enough, and we use it only with countable nouns. For example, what we have here. I have a few questions, so just several ones. I need a few chairs, 2 or 3. She knows a few people here, so she's not alone at that party, for example. Important note, a few has a meaning olumlu anlam, a positive meaning. So when we say a few, especially with this article a, it means that it's enough. For example, I have a few friends. It's enough for me. I don't need more. If you say few without a, it will bring a negative meaning to your sentence. Not enough. For example, Few people attended the meeting. It means that it wasn't enough. We expected much more people attending that meeting. Few means olumsuz anlam, negative meaning. For example, when we say few friends, it means that it's not enough, almost no one. Let's compare two phrases. I have a few friends, so it means I still have enough friends to hang out and go to the concert. But if I say I have few friends or emphasize it with the word just, I have just few friends, it means that it's not enough. For example, I don't know if we can say that friends are enough or not enough, but still it would mean that you have only one or two people close to you. Let's move to a little, which has the same meaning, the same logic as a few, but used only with uncountable nouns. For example, I need a little help. We have a little time. Add a little sugar. So it means biraz, but still enough, for example, to sweeten the cup of coffee. The same as we talked about a few, a little has positive meaning, olumlu anlam. And again, if we remove air and leave just little, it will mean çok az, little and not enough. So small amount of something and not enough to do the action with it. For example, I have little coffee. I can't make a cup of coffee for myself. Or we have little time. Unfortunately, we can't have a meeting. Or there is little hope. It means that there is almost no hope. Everything here has negative meaning. She showed little interest. It means that she showed almost no interest. It wasn't enough, for example, to invite this person to the project. Let's repeat again. Little without a has olumsuz anlam, negative meaning. Little time, not enough time. You can compare these two sentences. The first one, we have a little time, not a lot, but still enough, for example, to have a meeting. But if we say we have little time, it means not a lot and not enough to have a meeting. Save this slide not to forget the rule of using many, much, a few, and a little. So, in summary, what we can say, many and much we mainly use in negative sentences or questions. Many with countable nouns, for example, many students, much with uncountable, much information. A few and a little will mean the same, not a lot of, but still enough. So they have positive meaning. For example, a few students, and it means not a lot of, but enough. A little time, not a lot of, but enough. If we remove a and leave only few and little, it will have negative meaning. For example, few students attended the lecture. It means not enough. It was just 2, 3 people attending that class. Or little, it means çok az, not enough, not a lot. And we use it, for example, to say that we can do something. I have little time, I can't meet you. I have little coffee, I can't make a cup of coffee. And don't forget that few is for countable nouns and a little is for uncountable nouns. Let's practice more. For example, at the supermarket, you can ask, is there any milk left? No, there is very little milk. It means that it's not enough. And should we buy more? Yes, let's buy a few cartons. Or at work, do you have many meetings this week? Yes, but I have quite a few meetings, to be honest, for example. Do you have much time to prepare? Unfortunately, I have very little time. Let's practice in comments. Use much, many, or a few and a little to practice these words. I'm waiting for your sentences in comments. And if this video was useful for you, please subscribe or press like or dislike. I want to prepare more materials like that.